Sometimes opportunity finds you, but other times you have to go out and look for it. And I've been looking for this opportunity for over 2 years. Let's talk about it. So can you guess what my life change has been? Have I become a monk? Have I started a new startup company with 10 employees and a big loan? Have I joined corporate and went to work for a Fortune 500 company? Or am I becoming a farmer and homesteader who just bought land to grow his farm on? What do you think? I got all my tools. I've got my drill, battery. I've got my sign. Oh yeah, private road, no soliciting. End of the road privacy, warning. So I got everything I need. I'm gonna mount it where when you're coming down my private drive or private road, you see this warning sign. Let's get this posted. So I needed an adapter to go from the drill to the bolt. So this is what I went with. So I'm using my Gerber LMF to dig this out so that the sign sits flat up against it. So when you're coming down the private drive or the private road in, the sign is in the right position. Let's get some of this bark off. Raised garden beds. That's right. It's time to plan my garden. I am not exactly sure where on this property the most sunlight is, but from what I can tell right now, it's in this area, but I'm not for sure where it's going to be when the leaves are on the trees. I think I'm going to have to cut down some trees to provide more sunlight in the garden area. But right now, today, let's stake out the area where we're going to have our raised bed gardens, because my goal is to have everything together and then maybe fence it in to prevent animals from getting in, that sort of thing. And I'm going to have it ready so that when my raised bed gardens are delivered, I can put them together, set them up, and then start filling them up. But right now, let's take the surveying gear we've got, the stakes, the line. Let's go ahead and measure out and get that ready and get prepared and see how it looks on the property. Let's go. So I've decided on an area for my raised garden beds, and now I'm working to level it out, and then I'm going to stake out all the corners. It's not completely level, and that's okay. I'm going to have to add some dirt, move some dirt around, but for now I just want to get an overall idea of what the garden area would look like and the amount of space between the raised beds. So I'm using a measuring tape to measure the walkways in between and lay out the corners of the raised bed. This will give me a great idea of how it's going to look in the future and how many beds to order when the time comes. Garden bed number 1, staked off, surveyed. Let's take a look at it. So there it is. And this is what it's going to look like. If we can see that. It's hard to see. You can barely see the outline. but it's there. Okay, so I'm staking out the corners of each raised bed so that when the time comes to place them, I'll know exactly where they're gonna go. Now, here's the thing about raised beds. They don't take up as much space, which is nice, but you gotta leave about 30 inches in between so you can get your wheelbarrow through. So I wanna have room on all sides to get in and around the beds and move easily. And I'm trying to remember, start small, grow big, but I'm probably about to overdo it. The garden is 60% laid out. I got the back, I got the middle, I've got to do the front, and then I'm going to leave zones to add on in the future. Raised garden beds, the ones I'm looking at are not cheap. So I'm going to start small, grow big. That's my suggestion for anybody doing anything. If you're starting a business, you're trying to get into motorcycle adventure touring or airstreaming, RVing, or building a homestead, which is what I'm doing here. God, I'm thrilled about this. Whatever you're doing, start small, grow big. There was a company actually who did that. The owner's name was Jeff Bezos. The company's Amazon. He said, start small, grow big. So that's what I'm trying to remember. Rome wasn't built in a day, not even Rome, Georgia. So I'm really working hard to keep things small, but I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. I am always trying to push fast because I know time is the most valuable resource, and why not just do it big right off the bat? Some things I'm gonna do that way, but other things I'm just gonna start very small, get a grasp on it, because all this is very, very new to me. It's very exciting. I'm super excited. I just had a meeting. It's the end of the day. I just had a meeting. I got a lot done, and tomorrow is another big day. So I could not be more stoked about the progress that I'm making just in the first couple of weeks. The biggest part, the number one thing, was acquiring this land. And I will give you guys and girls a tour soon. Right now, I am just jumping in and doing a little planning, but soon I'll give you an overall tour. I'll show you the progress I'm making. This does not mean I'm done traveling, but for right now, I am building one heck of a secure homestead for myself. A place where I can live and host friends and fellow travelers and grow food and who knows, maybe even have animals. We shall see. But tomorrow, the stuff of life will be coming up out of the ground on this property. If you know what that means, you already know what video is coming next and you know what job is being done tomorrow. Getting ready, doing some planning tonight, researching some products, and I'll be back out here tomorrow. So I've got to keep my job going, got to keep my life going, got to keep my career going, and work on this project. It's going to take a lot of time, but as you can see, I got my no trespassing sign up. I got a lot done in just a short amount of time, and I'll be back out here tomorrow to get these guys going. So the stuff of life will be here tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I hope you will subscribe if you liked this video and you want to go with me on this journey. This is a new journey for me. I hope you will join me. I hope you'll go with me. I'll see you soon. Have a great evening.